Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. So today we're going to cover the daily business tasks when it comes to social media. So this is for you if you are a small business owner or if you're a network marketer and you are looking to maximize your lead generation specifically on social media. So either you don't have an email list yet, meaning you are relying solely on social media to build your business, or maybe you do have an email list, you're already thriving in that department, and now you're looking to build your social media for social proof. So, whatever your reason, let's get started on social media. Now, if you did not watch last week's episode, you're going to want to make sure and tune into that. It's over on the blog, so if you go to helpingheartshomeschool.com and you click on the blog, you'll see it over there. And that is where we dive into social media marketing and email marketing, let you know the difference between the two and how to tell which one is going to be the best for your specific business. I'm Tanya Johnson. I'm the founder of the BossMom Co. And what I do is I teach mompreneurs how to maximize their paycheck without sacrificing time with their babies. So we focus 100% on working smarter, not harder. Now, in today's episode, like I said, we're going to dive into the daily business tasks for social media. So I'm going to break it down into Facebook tasks, and then I'm going to also cover Instagram tasks. And of course, there are a few that overlap with each other. I'm going to walk you through how to do each one with a tutorial video for each section. So this should be a very hands-on video that teaches you exactly how to do each task. And then you get to pick which tasks you want to implement. Out of all the clients that I've worked with, the ones who implement these tasks are the ones that grow on social media, and they're the ones that their checks specifically benefit from it. It's been tried and true with not just myself. So let's go ahead and jump into the daily tasks when it comes to Facebook and Instagram. Now, for both social media platforms, you're going to want to build a solid brand. However, Facebook has a little bit more leniency in that department. You do want to build a brand. You don't want to be spammy. And I'm not going to go too much into all of that just because I have a video tutorial on exactly how to brand, and it's going to be linked at the bottom of the blog post. So if you want to access the blog post, all you need to do is go into the description of this YouTube video, and there's going to be a link that you can access the blog post. It has last week's video on it, it'll have this video, and then it'll have next week where I talk all about the email marketing and the daily task list for that. So the first thing that you're going to want to do weekly is go ahead and prep your content. You want to be showing up with so much value that when you are connecting with new friends on Facebook, or when you are doing your messaging, because if you are building solely on social media, attraction marketing can only get you so far. You're only going to get so many leads raising their hand and coming to you. You're going to have to cold message. And a lot of people view that as a negative thing. Honestly, it is something that you can be very spammy about. It's also something you can be very professional about. And I'm going to walk you through on the messaging section of this not only how to send messages in a way that's not spammy, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a freebie, which is all of the scripts that I personally have used, as well as hundreds of other leaders in this industry across all the different niches. So if you're in makeup, if you're in health and wellness, if you have homeschool products, if you sell kids books, if you're a mom reaching other moms, if you're reaching homeschool moms, if you're reaching virtual assistants, if you're reaching social media managers, maybe you're a coach and you're teaching social media managers how to get more clients. We're going to have scripts that you can literally copy and paste, tweak a few words here and there to make them sound like you, and they will work on social media. We have had them tried and true. You'll be able to get customers, distributors, clients, whatever it is that you are specifically looking for in your business. So you want to make sure that you grab that freebie off of the blog as well. Now, when it comes to the prepping the content, again, I'm not going to go super detailed into that in this video because I have an entire training on how to prep the content. We have a free social media planner that you can download, and also how to create a social media strategy for your specific business, because every business is going to be slightly different. So again, over on the blog, you can access that completely for free. Now let's go ahead and get into the daily tasks, and these are the ones that I'm going to walk you through the specific tutorials for. The thing that we're going to do Facebook wise is we are going to go comment on our memories. Let me just make sure y'all can see this. There we go. We will keep it nice and big like this to make sure that you can see the full thing on your screen. So I've got the tasks over here on the left-hand side, and you can write this on any kind of piece of notebook paper if you want. And then I've got Monday through Sunday, so they can easily be checked off as you go through the week. So the first thing that I'm going to go do is I'm going to comment on my memories. Now, this is going to do two things. One, I'm going to drop a link for them to either join my email list with some kind of promotion that's going on, or I'm going to tell them about an upcoming giveaway and have them DM me. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to notify everyone that's already commented on one of these posts. And then the second thing it's going to do is it's going to put that post back into the rotation, into the newsfeed. So again, it's just multiple ways of getting my page in front of more people. Now, the easiest way, I'm doing this on a laptop. You can do it on a phone. You may have to play around and see the easiest way for you to do this. I usually do this on my phone. However, showing you on a laptop is going to be a lot easier. So I'm just going to go over to my home feed. And on this left-hand side, I'm going to see the memories tab. And this is going to show me all of my memories. So another thing I like to do, and I didn't mention this, and this is just purely for like nostalgia for me, is I go through my stories, because it'll show you stories from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, so on and so forth. And if there's a really cute one, like this may be, no, this is not one that I would share. But I could share it, but it's just not like overly cute. But if there is a really cute one, like this one, like it's just my daughter and she's little and it's very nostalgic, then I will go ahead and share that into my stories. And it's just kind of like a throwback. People like to see those. They like to see your kids' journeys. They like to see your journey, different things like that. But now here's my actual memories. So this one is a post I did about a giveaway. So anytime I had a giveaway post, I'm going to go ahead and put new giveaway going on now. DM me April Cash to enter. And so I'm going to have people that will message me April Cash, and then I can have them put up a post for me. If you do not know how to use the Facebook referral program, by the way, I would highly, highly recommend using it. There is a training over on my website. Let me pull that up and show you real quick. But if you just head to, actually, you know what? I don't know that I have this page updated. So I will update this in the next day or so. But business, and you go to on the blog, then it's going to show you all the different training sessions that we have done. And yes, I don't have that one updated yet, which is fine. If you go over there and it's not updated, you can use the little search feature. Just type in referral. And it should bring you to, Mastering the Art of the Referral. And this is the training that I walk people through how I personally brought in an extra 60 to 75 customers per month just by using the Facebook referral program. So I have do's and don'ts of how to do it. I have scripts showing you what to put up when they say, yes, I'd like to join the program. It's completely free for them, so most people will do it as long as you're doing it in a tactful way. So there's a little bonus training that you can go access. Okay, so again, this is another one that was about the giveaway. I'm going to put the same thing on here. And so what it's going to do is everybody that commented on this, it's going to notify them that the post has a new comment, and then they can message me if they'd like to enter the new giveaway. Okay, so this is a really good example. This is a business post. Now I'm no longer with this company. Most of y'all know I was with the network marketing space for a little over 6 years, in the social marketing industry as a whole for 8. And then I branched out and started my own company. So I'm just going to type on here, this may be something you're interested in. No MLMs, no recruiting. 100% get paid for your own effort. Click the link below to check it out. No pressure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the link for the Boss Mom Creator Club. This is the club that I run, that I help moms make money on social media. So I teach them how to make printable businesses, how to brand the business they already have, if that's something that they're already doing. Just basically how to scale on social media. And so I'm just going to drop that there. And again, it's going to boost this back up in the news feed, it's also going to notify everybody that liked it. And then if they want to check out what we're doing, they absolutely can. This is the kids quarantine stuff that we did. So this is something that a lot of people participated in. So what I'm going to do with this, and on my phone it's a little bit easier, but what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to grab a link for a recent freebie that we did. So I'm going to grab the link for a recent freebie that we did to go drop on that. Anytime I have a kids like post that I have that's in my memories, I'm typically going to drop a link for them to join my email list in exchange for like a free kids activity pack or habit tracker or whatever freebie we have going on at that point. And the reason being is everyone that commented on that post in the first place has kids and has something to do with kids. So they're a lot more likely to download something that I'm giving them for free if it has something to do with their kids. So yep, here is here is one of our quarantine kids episodes, literally filmed in our living room. So I'm going to grab, this is again what I would put on there. As not only is this like a really good business building trick that you're utilizing, but I'm not kidding you. Like when it will bring up all the feels of like, just all the feels. I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my goodness, this was like, it was obviously a very trying time in our country, but this was such a fun way that we got to give back to our community. And Brett's mom was watching this, so she was saying hi to Glory. Yeah, that was just such a fun thing we got to do. There we go, getting the craft ready for quarantine kids. So same thing, because that's a post talking about kids. The people that liked and commented on it are typically going to be other parents. So the link that I'm going to drop on there is going to be the activity pack. A lot of y'all know that we homeschool. But one thing I like to do is themed days. In this one, we had Kids Night in a Box wanted to sponsor and work with us. So we used their box as our base and then ordered a few things to kind of round out the day. And I'm going to be doing this again soon. I think we're going to have a Starbucks day because my daughter is like huge into Starbucks at this point. Non-caffeine, obviously. And then we're going to do a Frozen day. She loves Frozen and she wants to play Monopoly, which we have the Frozen version of Monopoly. So I'm definitely going to do that. Because I run a homeschool group, I'm actually going to share this. Maybe. I don't know how to do this from my computer. Okay. Don't know how to do this from here. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to share this into the homeschool group that I run. I'm just going to do it from my phone, though. But that's another thing. If you are a niche down page, which you absolutely should be, then your posts are going to pop up that had really good content on them that you can repurpose them. But for now, I am going to go ahead and drop the link for that free activity pack. Here is another one that specifically is geared towards parents. So of course the link I'm going to drop is the one for people to download that free kit for their kids. Now this, if I'm not mistaken, is a business post. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and share that business link. Now again, normally I'm doing this on my phone. So I have all of these saved in the Boards app. Because I'm doing this on a computer, there's a little bit more toggling back and forth, which takes up a little bit more time, but that's fine. When you're doing this and you're specifically just going in and interacting on your memories, it probably is going to take you 5 to 10 minutes max to go through all of them. So the only reason it's taking me longer, one, I'm again doing it on where I don't have any of these scripts saved. But two, I'm also talking to y'all as I'm doing this. So it's taking a little bit longer to get the actual work done. Another one specifically talking about my child. So most of the people that commented are going to be parents. So we're going to drop the activity link. So again, a funny one, but specifically talking about moms. So we're going to drop the activity link here. That was technically a business post. It was not done very well, so we're not going to comment on this one. I don't really want it to pop up in my news feed. That's cute. She begs for my food all the time still. This is back when we were in our very first little apartment. All of our furniture was hand-me-down. And that's totally fine. Everybody starts somewhere, and you know what? We were super, super happy. This is our little kitchen table that we had. We had really awesome people that loved on us, and we were relatively newly married and obviously new-ish parents, and we fully got to experience what working from the ground up meant. And I will say that I think it taught me to appreciate everything that we have, because we've had to work so hard to get to where we're at. So if you're in a position that you feel like you don't like, use that for fuel. And I can tell you there are many days I was sitting in this little space and working and just thinking, like, am I ever going to make enough money to get out of this? And again, I was grateful for it, but I also realized I didn't want to be there for the rest of my life. And, at that point, all there was for me to do was work and kind of keep my blinders on. And obviously it paid off, because now we're in a gorgeous space, and it's surreal to look back on pictures and kind of see where we came from. That's a potty training post. So again, everyone on it has kids. So here's a good example about things that you should not be posting on social media if you are trying to build a business. So this one is specifically a business post. So I'm actually going to go up and drop the business link on that. I'm going to finish out what I'm doing and then go grab that link. Okay, so this one's kind of a funny one. It doesn't have anything to do with kids or the business or giveaway or anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop the giveaway one here. Oh, this was a long time ago. Memories done, we're going to go on and do our messages. And like I said, it does not typically take that long to do the memories, but it does take a lot longer when I'm walking you through and kind of talking and, like I said, looking at pictures of my cute kid when she was little as we are going. So again, just a reminder, when it comes to the messaging, we are going to be straightforward on purpose. Now, if you do not like cold messaging, I fully recommend starting an email list and a blog. That is going to completely eliminate your cold messaging. If you are not to that point, I am going to suggest cold messaging. And just a reminder, cold messaging is messaging anyone who does not raise their hand first. So I don't care if you want to interact in the stories for a little bit before you message them, if you want to interact on their page. Anytime that you're pitching someone, if they did not specifically ask you first about your business, you're cold messaging them. So this is how I cold message on Facebook. So on Facebook, I'm going to come over here to my profile, so my main page. I'm going to click the 3 little dots, head down to activity log. And what I want is added friends. So on a mobile device, it might say connections. That does say added friends on here. And then over here on the left-hand side under the filters, I'm going to click the date. And I'm just going to put it for the earliest year that I had Facebook, which is the earliest year it's going to let me go. So I know my earliest year was 2009 because that's all it'll let me go to. And then the earliest month, it looks like, was June. I'm going to click Save Changes, and it's going to show me everybody that I added in June of 2009. And with this, all I'm going to do now, I'm not going to actually message these people because I don't do a lot of cold messaging. But what I would do is I would just go to the first person and I would send them a message. And you can decide if you're going to lead with your product or your business. If you're in network marketing, I suggest leading with your business. It's a lot easier to take someone from a business prospect and flip them into a customer than it is to take them from a customer and flip them into a business prospect. Now, if you are selling anything that you handmade, obviously there is no opportunity for you to sell, so you're going to lead with a product. Now, what you're going to want to do is make sure that you are following one of the scripts that I have for you on the blog with the scripts for every niche little freebie that I have to give away. This is a friend of mine, by the way, that I met a long time ago. I was in college. I was roommates with his sister. And so if any of his family is watching this, just know I never pitched you for my business. But that is how you would cold message. And you would just go down the list until you get to the bottom of that month. And then you would go back to date. And now you're going to go to July of that very same year. And you're going to keep doing that for 10 to 15 minutes. I would set a timer, message as many people as you can, and then check that task off. And then what you want to do is take a screenshot of wherever you left off or put it in the notes section of your phone or whatever. And then you're able to easily know what date and what person you left with when it comes time to do it again. So now we would come over here and we would put an X on memories and an X on messages. And then we're going to connect with our new friends. Now again, I have messages for you to use specifically for this. Now, I do want to give a caveat. If you don't have a strong brand, skip this step. Connecting with new friends specifically is just going to be, hey, thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I see that you're also a homeschool mom. How long have you been homeschooling? It's going to be something that has to do with the specific brand. Now, another option is to cold message them right out of the gate, but not selling them anything. You're going to cold message them with a lead magnet. So it'll say something to the effect of, hey, I see that you're a homeschool mom. I have been homeschooling for about 5 years now. I've got a ton of free parenting resources I'd love to share with you. And then you'll send them a link. You never ask about your business. You never ask about the products. Specifically, it is to add value to them in exchange for their email. Now, again, 2 different ways you can do it. Neither way is going to work very well if you are spammy Sammy on your page. Here is what's going to happen. Let me flip over to my Facebook. Now, by the way that you find your new friends is the same way you find your old friends, right? So you're going to go on to your regular profile. Once you're there, click the 3 dots, click activity log, and go ahead and click added friends. And then it's going to automatically show you newest to oldest. So these are the friends that I've added. Or that have added me, I guess, either one. So these are the friends that I have recently acquired, recently met, however you want to put it. So this, now I've already done this for today, but this person I wouldn't cold message. She's somebody that she's actually a homeschool coach, so she's in the same niche I am. And I friended her, not to pitch her. I friended her specifically because I want to collab with her in the future. We've already talked about a collab that just didn't work out. So I friended her basically as a business associate, I guess you would call it. Tyler is my pastor's son. We just recently moved to a new church, so I'm friending a few people that I'm getting to know inside the church. Emily is a teenager from our old church, not a teenager anymore. Allie is somebody from our church. And then I get down to some of these people I don't know. So what I would do is I would go to her page. I would look at a few things. If she's now I'm a homeschool creator. So if she's a homeschool mom, I'd simply message her with some homeschool freebies. Now, she's not a homeschool mom, so I'm actually not going to message her at all. I don't know that I have anything that I can offer her right out of the gate, which is totally fine. I don't friend people just to pitch them my business. I do it to network with people. So sometimes they're interested, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they become really good friends and want nothing to do with my business. Sometimes they buy something from me and we find out we have nothing in common and it's a one and done deal. I really just look at Facebook as a tool to meet people. If they step into my business world, that's awesome. If they decide that my business world is not for them, that's also awesome. I'm perfectly fine either way. So I would just go down the list with everybody that I added today. And I would typically do that every day. I would log in and any new friends, I would go ahead and shoot them a message. And like I said, all the scripts you can find on the script freebie over on the blog. So just to recap, you have one of 3 options. You cannot message them at all, which is fine. The best bet is if you have something free that you can offer them. And that freebie doesn't have to be a download, by the way. It could be, maybe you are a social media page that you put out a bunch of keto recipes. Then what I personally would do is have a Facebook group that you can say, hey, I've got a free group where I share a bunch of these recipes in. Here's the link if you want to join. So they're not giving you an email address, but you're giving them something of value for free right out of the gate, which automatically builds trust with them. And then, like I said, the second way, if you want to just message them and say, hey, thanks so much for sending me a friend request. I see that you're also doing keto. How long have you been doing keto? Now, I will warn you though, usually the only people that are doing that are building network marketing teams. So most of the time, if you have any sales at all on your page, they're not going to respond to that message. Or they're going to automatically unfriend you because they assume the only reason you're friending them is to sell them something, which you kind of are in the long run. Now, here's what you don't want to do. You absolutely do not want to message anybody and creep them out. So we are not messaging people and telling them how pretty their dress is and asking where they got it. We are not messaging people and telling them they have gorgeous kids and asking how old they are. We are not messaging people telling them their dog's fur looks so fluffy, like you just love their puppy. You want to have a certain level of professionalism to where you are not coming off as spammy Sammy, but you're also not coming off as a creeper. You're somewhere in between. So you are a professional businesswoman that is selling a product, but you're not begging people to buy it, and you're interested in people's lives, and you're connecting with them and adding value to them, but you are not stalking them. So any of these people that I message are automatically going to go over to my page and say, oh, I don't know who this chick is. She's a new friend. Why is she messaging me? So let me just show you. They're going to come to my page, and obviously I'm only messaging homeschool moms because that is what I'm specifically friending, and I'm going to show you how to figure that out in a minute. So they're going to come to my page, and they're going to say, oh, she's a homeschool advocate. I homeschool. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Her bio. Social media manager helping faith-based businesses and ministry leaders navigate social marketing. Okay, it doesn't look like she wants to sell me anything. And then on the flip side, if they are a homeschool mom that's already running a business, chances are it's going to be faith-based. Oh, okay, well, maybe she has something that can help me because I'm not making a lot of money in my business right now. They're going to come down. It's very important that you have a pinned post on your Facebook page. Let them know what you're all about. So as soon as they come over, they see that, again, I'm a social media manager. I have a little blurb on there if they're not a business owner, but they want to create a printables business. Guys, don't be vague. Don't say, if you want to work from home and make a $5,000 bonus, that's a telltale sign that you're trying to recruit somebody into an MLM. Now, I've said it before, I'm not inherently anti-MLM, but don't be shady about it. If you're in an MLM, be loud and proud about it. Now, don't say the name of your company because 100,000 of y'all are selling the same thing. So they're going to go buy it from someone else. But do say that it's an MLM. Do say that you're in the health and wellness industry. Give something so people know a little bit of what you're doing. Now, I talk about in the course what I teach. I also talk about what I do when it comes to my ministry leaders that are clients of mine and what I help them with. And then I offer them some value completely for free. I have a homeschool community they can check out. I have the homeschool community that specifically is for business owners because a lot of homeschool moms run businesses. I have free resources that I have in a collection for them. And then I literally talk about, hey, if you're new to homeschooling and you're not sure where to start, here's a free how-to guide. And then I give them the opportunity to let me know where they're from and how they stumbled across the page and how we met. And you know what? When people comment, I respond back to them. I make sure that I am engaging and that I'm connecting with all of the new friends on here. So just keep that in mind. People are going to come look at your page. And then what else are they going to do? They're going to scroll down and they're going to scroll 5 or 6, maybe even up to 10 posts to try to see if I'm trying to sell them something. And by the way, selling isn't bad. If I'm selling them something they already want, they're not going to unfriend me because of it. But if they can see majority of my posts are trying to get them to buy something, they're probably not going to follow along. So my first post here, talking about an affiliate program that they can join and they can make money that specifically is for homeschool moms, right along my brand. Then this is something that we did in our homeschool yesterday, not selling them anything at all. It's just a homeschool little thing that we did. Then I've got a quote that's all around homeschooling. And then I am showing them behind the scenes of our Boss Kids character kit. And I was surprised how many people thought this was like super cool, the machine. So I had a couple of cool conversations there. And then I did a product spotlight of a project I did for a client a few months ago and just showed some really cool bus flyers I was able to make. And then I had a question that my daughter and I came in devotions. And so I asked my audience. I've got a reel on here that has to do with homeschooling. I have a lesson that has to do with homeschooling. So you get my drift. They're going to look through here and it's automatically going to speak their language. I know exactly who my target audience is. So automatically they're going to look through this and be like, oh, she's speaking directly to me. I'm going to plug into what this girl is doing. And then on the back end, I am selling them my products and my courses. Again, selling is not bad, but first you have to speak their language. And that is why I encourage so many people to take the Boss Mom Branding Bootcamp, because it's going to teach you exactly how to solidify your target audience and exactly how to speak their language so they raise their hand and buy from you. Now, once you are completely done with connecting with your new friends, then you're going to interact in Facebook groups. Now, this is where, again, branding helps a lot. Old school social marketing taught us to farm our friends. That taught us to go down our friends' friends list and add everyone and their mom because it was a numbers game and someone would buy from you. I teach work smarter, not harder. There is no point in friending everyone and their mom, because 99% of those people are not going to buy anything from you, nor are you speaking their language, so they're probably not going to accept your friend request in the first place. The biggest complaints I get is, I can't grow my audience. Tanya, I have added so many people to my Facebook, nobody adds me back. What's wrong? I guarantee you're either spammy on your page, which is no fault of your own. I guarantee you've been taught that somewhere, or you've never been taught how to solidify your audience and speak to them. So when you're friending people, you're not friending people in your target audience. Of course they're not friending you back because you have nothing in common. So let me show you exactly how I do this and exactly how I have built such a large Facebook and Instagram platform, because I'm specifically interacting and friending my target audience. Okay, so I am not going to show you homeschool groups that I do this with, because quite frankly, I don't want you going and farming the same groups that I'm farming. Now, I will say there's 2 or 3 groups I'm in that I interact with on a pretty much a daily basis because I love them and I'm not farming them. So if you're in one of these groups and you're like, dang, she comments all the time. Probably if I'm commenting all the time, I'm not farming them because I enjoy being in the group. The groups that I farm, I typically go in once every week or 2, and I'll interact for about 10 minutes, and then I will friend a bunch of people out of there. Let's just say, for example, that my brand revolves around keto. I would add myself to 10 or 15 keto groups. I would try to post something keto related one time per day in at least 1 or 2 groups. So for example, if I cooked lunch today, because remember, if I'm branding myself as something, it's because I do it often. So I'm going to go back to homeschooling for a minute. So if you can follow me, that would be awesome. I live, eat, and breathe homeschooling right now. So randomly, we'll do something. I'm like, ooh, that would make a really good post. And I'll snap a picture. And then when I sit down to work, I'll go into 2 or 3 homeschool groups and I will post in there that whatever the post is. So this is a perfect example of a homeschool post that I would put inside of a group. So we just talked about paint bags, and then I asked who had some ideas for practicing spelling words. I posted that in a couple of different groups. And what's going to happen is people are going to like and comment on that, and then I'm going to be able to go and respond to those people and eventually add them to my network. Now, like I said, I do this to a couple of groups that I don't farm as well. A couple groups that I specifically interact with because we do summits in the group. So summits come up twice a year, and I want to make sure that I'm interacting and posting in that group throughout the year. So when a summit comes up, they're already used to me and they're more likely to tune into my session and then download my freebie, which leads them to a freebie funnel to buy something. So I'm still working the group, if that makes sense, but I'm doing it for a whole different purpose. I hope that makes sense. But so this would be something that I would go and I'd post in 2 or 3 different groups. And then what I would do is on my group tracker, I would mark down that I've posted in those groups. So this is what the group tracker looks like. Now, right now it just says post ad, post ad, post ad. I'm actually going to change this to say post interact ad, post interact ad. Right now I just have it written down on mine. So what I'm going to do is week of, I'm actually going to change to month of also. Once a month, I will write down 10 to 15 groups that go along with my niche that I'm on Facebook. What I'm going to do, let's say I'm going to post a post today and it's homeschool related. So I'm going to go put it in 3 different groups, and I'm just going to check mark that I posted in those 3 groups. Now, interacting and adding, I do at the same time. Posting, I just do whenever I randomly have a post. So back to the interacting and the adding. So with this, I would set a timer, again, 10 to 15 minutes. And what I'm going to do is scroll down to where it says most relevant. I'm going to change that to new posts. So it's going to show me newest first. All I'm going to do is I'm going to like and comment on as many posts as I can in 10 to 15 minutes. If I can offer value, even better. A lot of times, you're not going to have any value to add. It might be a recipe or this one. Okay, friends, what's your favorite on-the-go keto snack? Then I'm going to drop a few on-the-go keto snacks. I'm going to go down and do this again, 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to mark on my sheet that I interacted in that specific Facebook group. And then what I'm going to do up here, because remember, I'm already posting keto on my own page. I'm going to click on members, and then I'm going to scroll down to where it says either members with things in common or new to the group. And I'm going to add 10 to 15 people. Then I'm going to go on to my next task. Now, I will say what I do with this, instead of 10 to 15 people, I will interact in 2 to 3 different groups and friend request 10 to 15 from each group because I only do this once a week. So I don't do this every single day because I focus mainly on my blog and my email marketing campaigns, not on social media. So if you're focusing on social media, you'll want to do this every single day, one group, add 10 to 15 people from that group, and then make sure you're showing up on your own page in a language with content that matches the group that you're farming out of. Now, if you're focusing on email marketing and blogging and you're only doing this a little bit here and there, I would just do it once a week, do 2 to 3 groups at a time. So, pretty simple task, but that is the best way I can explain how to make sure you're actually getting people that want to be on your page and that like the content that you're posting and that will actually interact and engage with you. So now we've interacted on groups and added from groups. The last thing I do on Facebook is just delete my friend requests because it does mess with the algorithm if you have a ton of friend requests out that have not accepted you yet. Now, I usually do this on a phone, so bear with me. I may not 100% know how to get to this section. Let's try see all friends, friend requests. Let's do see all friend requests and view sent friend requests. So that's how you do it on a computer. It could be different and that's fine. So here's what I don't like. On a phone, it tells you how long ago you sent the friend request. I guess it is not on a computer. So what I do is I cancel any requests that are a week or older. So I already did this today, so I know none of these are a week or older. So I'm not going to cancel those requests. I let them sit there for a week and then I cancel them out as the week lapses. So you can do it however you want to do it. That is how I do it. Now at that point, you have done everything you need to do on Facebook. And I will say this probably is going to take you, if you do this every single day, memories will take 10 minutes, messaging will give you 15, connecting to will take 5 to 10, so we'll do 10. Interacting in groups will give you 15, adding from the groups will take 5, deleting friend requests will take 5. So that puts you at a whopping hour and 5 minutes, and you have done all of your Facebook tasks without being spammy and without annoying the crap out of your friends. Now, that does not include posting content and having conversations inside of your messenger, which we're going to get to at a later task. And then, by the way, before we jump into Instagram, because I know I'm going to get a ton of questions about this, I do every time I do a training like this. Like I said, you can do all of this on a plain piece of notebook paper. You don't need anything fancy, but I am using the BossMom Business Planner Pack, which I will show you real quick. If you go over to Helping Hearts Homeschool and you go to shop, it's going to be the BossMom Business Planner Pack. And it's going to come with everything that you need to keep your business organized. Some of the sheets I've already showed you. You can check out my little story about how this came to be. But basically what you are getting is you are getting all of your DMO trackers. So you're getting the daily business task tracker. You're getting a tracker for parties. If you're somebody that does virtual parties, that is a game changer for your business. You're getting the lead list, so you can keep track of everybody that is saying, yes, send me info, and you can make sure you're doing that follow-up progression. You're getting the group tracker that I just showed you, everything that you need to track your daily business activity. In addition to that, you're getting time management tools, because without having a good time management schedule, your business is going to flop. You're going to want to make sure you have a good work-life balance, and time management is how to do that.
And in addition to the time management tools, you actually also get a free training on how to set up a schedule and switch seamlessly between business owner and mom or business owner and homeschool mom without getting overwhelmed. One of my favorite parts of this is learning how to do a profit and loss statement. It does not matter how much money you're making if you are spending that much money or more. It also doesn't matter how much money you're making if you don't know how to budget it and you don't know where your money is going. So this is something I'm super, super passionate about. You will get a monthly assessment sheet, again, with a training on how to use it. But absolutely, you're going to want to make sure you're growing and getting better from month to month. And then I just started doing this. I've included a freebie pack in there with a starter journal. And that includes, again, a tutorial video, everything you need to do gratitude journaling every single day. In addition, you get 10 specific journaling prompts for that month that are going to be themed, a mood tracker, and a sleep tracker. So mindset is absolutely everything when it comes to making your business work and making it profitable. And then you have several different options. You can get 1 month for $10. You can subscribe and save and get it for $5 a month. Or you can get 12 months for $49 if you want to pay for it all at one time. And then again, we've got a few different trainings down here that you may like. We've got the journaling guide, which is completely free. We've got the BossMom Branding Bootcamp, and then the freebie funnels and lead magnets, so you can honestly work smarter, not harder. Now, one cool thing about this that I'm going to show you before we head off here. Oh, it is on sale right now, so I probably should change that. It is $250 at this point. So if you're watching this and you want to run over there and grab it, I will leave this up for a few more days, only because I'm doing this video right now. But if you're like me, you get very, very tired of planners. I never stuck with them because I was always bored 2 to 3 months into them. So with the business planner pack, you get a new theme every single month. So that's the March theme that you can see there. I'm going to switch that over to the April theme soon. But we have a new fun theme every single month that will keep you engaged and keep your business running smoothly. So just a little caveat for that. Like I said, if you want to do all this on a piece of paper, go for it. This training is not to sell you a planner. It is to show you how to make your business profitable when it comes to the daily action steps.
Chat about Instagram for a second. Instagram is going to be your bread and butter if you are good at building a brand, speaking to your target audience, and overall marketing. So we kind of joke, if you're spammy Sammy on Facebook, you can still make a little bit of money, but those kind of people typically stay on Facebook because when you come to Instagram, the clientele, if you will, is a lot more professional. So there are tons of people and companies selling things all over Instagram. In order for people to want to buy from you and to want to buy your product, you have to be able to compete in that space. So on Facebook, a lot of the people selling things are simply moms. So, and that's not a slam to moms. I'm obviously a mom. However, no marketing experience, no background in sales. So typically it's going to be a little bit spammier. Once people figure out how to brand and how to build an email list, for example, they typically head over to Instagram because that's where a lot of the marketing strategies will go into place. And you can really drive sales to your business faster. Now, the exception is if you want to buy Facebook ads. Because what happens is when you spend money to run an ad on Facebook or Instagram for that matter, the platform does the marketing for you. So you don't have to do it. So another way you can build on Facebook without having a brand is by doing giveaways. And a lot of times these giveaways are incredibly spammy. Now, I'm not against giveaways, but when you see a page that's posting a giveaway, and then a couple positive quotes, and then a giveaway, and then a couple positive quotes, and then a product, and then a couple positive quotes, it's a telltale sign they have no idea what they're doing. They're trying to gain an audience by luring them in with this giveaway. So there's not going to be any value on their page. It's going to be a lot of fluff, a lot of, ooh, follow me and you can enter. Oh, look at my hair wand. Oh, look at this really cool shiny thing that I just got. I'm an influencer. Come follow me. And so if that's your personality, go for it. You can build a large audience on Facebook just by being what I call the gimmicky influencer. But if you want to build a solid brand and a solid audience where people are going to follow and engage with you when you stop posting about the giveaways, then you want to consistently add value inside of a specific niche. And that is going to translate onto Instagram because, like I said, Instagram, You can't build a brand. You're not going to be able to build a large following with the gimmicks. Most people see right through that, and even if they hit the follow button, you have no engagement. So today I ran across somebody who had 27,000 followers, which is very, very impressive. And then when you look at their page, they're less than 10 likes on everything. So they're either trying to build with gimmicks or they're buying followers, which is a thing, unfortunately. Just a warning, when you start building on Instagram, you're probably going to get messages saying, oh, do you want to grow your following by 10,000? And they're going to charge you like $50 or something small. What they're going to do is give you a whole bunch of bots. I've had clients that have made this mistake, unfortunately, and by the time they come to me and say, hey, I've got like all of these followers, no engagement, I fell for this, how do I fix it? There's honestly not really a fix it button, because there's no button you can fix to get rid of all those followers. So now your page is full of bots, and usually Instagram ends up shutting those people down within months to a year. So don't fall into that trap. Just build a solid brand. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it is well worth it to have a community of people who want to follow you and want to heed the advice that you have to give them. And then in turn, you can get advice from them, and they typically are sharing really awesome content on their end as well. So Instagram, let's jump into the daily tasks.
Instagram, you're going to notice a lot of the tasks are going to be very similar to the ones on Facebook. You're just doing them a little bit different because you're on a different app. So the first thing you're going to do is message. And just like you did on Facebook, you are going to want to make sure that you are messaging using those scripts that I provided for you inside of that freebie inside of the blog. So I'm going to message the people that I am following. So when you click on here, it tells you all the people that you're following. Now on my phone, it gives me the option to see this newest to oldest. So I'm going to just take a couple screenshots here real quick. So just pulling up the screenshots I just took from my phone. When I click on followers on my phone, you will see the sort by default button. And when you click that, you can either do default, latest, or earliest. I do earliest, and I message just like I would friends, earliest to latest. So basically oldest to newest. And same thing, I'm just going to message them, and I'm going to be straightforward. I'm going to either lead with my product or my opportunity. So that is super simple. That is how I message down my Instagram list. Second thing I'm going to do is connect with new followers. Where the hearts are, the notifications, that is where it's going to show me new followers that I've had. Now, obviously, sometimes you get these spammer ones. I just ignore them. So I'm going to scroll down until I get to somebody who is following me. So the first new follower I come to, I'm just going to message and say, hey, thanks so much for the follow. Are you a homeschool mom also? Or how long have you been homeschooling? Depending on what I can tell from their page. They're going to respond back and answer. I've just made a connection. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to pitch them. And then I'm just going to say something to the effect of, I love meeting new homeschool moms. I've got a ton of freebies up in the highlight section for you. Feel free to check them out if you'd like. Pretty much that's all I'm going to go to. I'm just going to make the connection to where they know that I saw them. And then that's going to prompt them to go look onto my page and see what all I'm about and why I'm reaching out to them. Again, first thing they're thinking is, what is she trying to sell me? Then they're going to come to my page and they're going to automatically see start here. And that's going to walk them through exactly what I'm about. Resources gives them tons of freebies. And then doors are open. If they want to start a printable business, I can walk them through A to Z how to do that. Now, these 3 pinned posts, again, it's like that pinned post on Facebook. I would highly recommend that you have these. If you need help coming up with them, this is one of the resources we give you for free when you join the BossMom Branding Bootcamp in the next 24 hours. So that is something I would highly recommend doing. If you don't know how to make your own featured posts in a way that's going to cause people to stay with you and then buy your products. So at this point, we have done our messaging. We've connected with our new followers. Now we're going to interact with our niche. So again, I'm a homeschool account. If y'all haven't got that yet, I'm a homeschool account. That's probably going to be my thing for a very long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to one of my specific posts. And I use a bunch of different homeschool hashtags. I'm just going to click on one of those. It's crucial that you are using hashtags on your posts and that those are the hashtags that you are following and friend requesting from as well. On your phone, when you search hashtag homeschool, and by the way, when it comes to Instagram and working your market on Instagram, I highly recommend doing it from your phone. It's a lot easier than doing it from your computer. Facebook, the computer is a user-friendly way to do it. On your phone, absolutely your phone is the most user-friendly way. So as you can see, when you have phone, you're going to get top, recent, and reels. So you're going to click recent, and you're going to set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes and just scroll through and like and comment on as many posts as you can. Now, if you come to a post that really resonates with you, go follow that creator. However, unless you come to something that really resonates with you and you just feel compelled to follow that person, do not follow a bunch of random people on Instagram. The goal is to have people come see your page and follow you because they like your content, not because they feel obligated to follow you just because you followed them. So personally, I would not follow a bunch of people on Instagram. I would do the interacting, make sure I'm posting quality content, and that I'm connecting with everybody, and that's how you're going to gain your followers authentically. Now we are done interacting with our niche. We're going to interact with leaders in our niche. Now the leaders, that would be where those top posts come into play. So same thing, I'm still just going to do hashtag homeschool, and I'm going to see my top posts. I haven't actually not done this today, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not just going to like and comment on the top post because I'm just going to get lost in the comments. There's thousands of people that have already done this. But I know that she is a top creator. She's got 17,000 followers. In the Instagram world, that's not amazing. Like, you don't have 100,000 followers. But pretty much anything over about 10,000 means that you are taken seriously in your niche. So these are pinned posts. I'm going to go down to the first one that's not pinned, and I see blue pottery paper eggs. So these are really pretty. This doesn't have a whole lot to do with my page. I don't post a whole lot of this content, but I am just going to post very pretty. And the reason you're going to do that is you should be branded so well that your Instagram name has something to do with your niche. So other people that are liking and commenting on the same post are going to see that and be like, oh, let me check out this person. I like homeschool content. Let's see if she has cool homeschool content. So I would go down and I'd probably just set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes and I would interact on all of these people's pages. Now, if I come to someone like the one that we just did, I'm not compelled to follow her because the stuff that she posts is not stuff that I really resonate with. She's an awesome creator. Obviously, not everyone's going to jive with everyone else. When it comes to the content, it's just not something that I would want to go look at every day. And obviously, plenty of people do. So again, that's not a slight on her. Let's see this one, Little Pine Learners. So if I had to guess, she's probably some kind of a nature schooler, 119,000 followers, which means she absolutely knows what she is doing. Her highlight section is gorgeous. Another thing you can do when you're interacting on top leaders like this is you can be looking at their page and say, okay, what can I take away from this to make my page better and more aesthetically pleasing? So same thing, yeah, she has a lot of nature vibes. Not my cup of tea. Not someone I'd be like, ooh, I need to follow this person. But I'm absolutely going to show her some love because, again, she is a creator in my niche. She's clearly doing an amazing job. So why would I not love on somebody like that when they're pioneering for the same cause that I am? I feel like I should want more, but I don't want less. But I don't. I want less. Less stuff, less rushing, less. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, I love this. Now that does vibe 100% with me. And then, here's what I'm going to do. So, Brooke Hampton is the person that said this. So, first thing I'm going to do is go check and see, is Little Pine Learners, is that Brooke Hampton? And should be able to see from her page. No, her name's Tara. She's not Brooke Hampton. She didn't create this. Now, I'm not going to take this picture because as I can tell from this little mark down here, she did create the picture. So I'm going to save this to a collection. On your phone, you click on it and then it asks where you want to put it. On a laptop, you're just going to hover over the save mark and it'll ask you where you want to put it. So I'm going to put it on H posts, which means homeschool posts. And that's where I keep all of my collection of things to post in the future that go along with my vibe. So I love the quote. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the quote, keep Brooke Hampton's name on it, obviously, because I did not write this, so I'm not going to take credit for it. But I'm going to put it on my own graphic or my own picture, depending on what I decide to go with. So not only are you interacting and getting your page out there, not only are you looking at the creators have larger pages than you do and saying, okay, clearly she's rocking this. What can I do to make mine better? You're gathering ideas. You're also getting content ideas. So there are so many perks to doing this. And again, you're going to do that for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now we have all of our Instagram tasks done. So messaging, again, 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to put it for 15. Connecting, we're going to give 10. Interacting with our niche, we're going to get 15, and interacting with leaders in our niche, we're going to get 15. So at this point, we're at 55 minutes. So now, total, Facebook and Instagram, we are at 2 hours of work time. Now, work-wise, 2 hours is nothing. You would be putting way more time into a job than 2 hours. And this gets everything on social media done that you need to get done, minus those tasks that go along with both Instagram and Facebook, which we're going to go into in just a second.
Now, before we wrap this up, there are 3 things that both Facebook and Instagram have in common when it comes to the daily task list. The first one is just simply responding back to the comments. So you want to make sure that you're engaging with people that are engaging you. So, for example, what I would typically do every morning when I get up is go ahead and do those memories like I showed you, and then I go straight into the comments, because what I'm doing is I'm priming my Facebook. I'm doing some interactions and connecting with some people before I ever put my first post up for the day. So you're just going to go to the post that you put up yesterday, and then you'll scroll down. I usually do 2 to 3 days. And any new comments, you're just going to go ahead and interact with them. You're going to respond back, have a conversation in the comment section. And you'll do the exact same thing on Instagram. So they are completely the same when it comes to that. The second thing that is completely the same is just returning messages. Same thing, you want to clear out your inbox every single day and make sure you're having those conversations in the DMs. Because if you don't have an email list and you're building 100% on social media, chances are you're sealing the deal in direct messages. So you want to make sure you're not leaving those people on red, or you're going to end up losing sales. And then number 3 is posting. You want to be posting value-based content, which we've talked a little bit about that. But again, there are trainings out. If you're not sure what value-based content is, or maybe you think that you know, but if you look at your page, you're getting crickets when it comes to the interactions, go ahead and watch the social media strategy training that I did. Again, it's linked for free down on the blog. And I'm going to go over a social media strategy, prepping content, as well as what and how often to post to keep your content what I call fresh. So you're going to keep it funny, responsive, emotional, sales, because there is a time and a place, and helpful. Do those 5 things and your Instagram and your Facebook are going to be popping. And then the same with posting reels. Reels are huge right now, both on Facebook and on Instagram. You definitely want to be utilizing those. Okay.
Time-wise, go over this because I did not say anything about the time when we were going through the actual tasks that happened with both Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to tell you the time that it takes me to do this every day. Returning messages, typically it takes me about 30 minutes. Now I have 2 Instagrams and 2 Facebooks. So that is why it typically takes so long, is I'm on 4 different platforms. Responding to comments, same things. I give myself about 30 minutes. Sometimes it takes only 15, but I do schedule out 30. Same thing. I'm responding not only on 4 platforms, I'm also inside 2 Facebook groups that I personally own. So I respond very fast. I use my laptop for this, but it does take about 30 minutes. And then posting a reel / content, I give myself 30 minutes for this as well. I typically post 2 times a day, one on each platform, but it's already created, so it's pretty easy to post and kind of utilize the content for everything. So that puts me, if I was going to do social media full time and not have a blog, not have an email marketing campaign, nothing like that, that puts me at 3.5 hours per day. Again, that is not a lot of time in the business world. So that is a good start for those of y'all who are just starting out. You don't have an email platform yet. You aren't ready to work with lead magnets or anything like that, but you're wanting to just make sure that you're maximizing your social media platform. Now, again, personally, what I do, because I do rely heavily on my blog and my lead magnets, I do all of this about once per week, sometimes twice per week. 2 times is the goal. Realistically, 1 time is what it gets done more often than not. So the only thing I do more often than that is my memories. I do that every single day because those I can't go back and do all at one time. And then posting my reels and content, I do that obviously every single day. Now, when it comes to prepping your content for one platform and prepping what you need to prep on social media, it should not take you more than 1 to 2 hours per week. That's probably a little bit of a stretch. It probably takes less than that. In the social media strategy and the content planner training I did for y'all, I go through exactly how much time it takes me to do each thing. So trying to be as realistic as possible for you. Working on social media full-time, working full-time as a social media content creator is not for everybody. The work sucks sometimes. I am literally sitting in my bedroom right now filming this video. My husband's watching TV. My daughter's getting her responsibilities done. We spent way too many hours at the pool this afternoon. I had not scheduled that many hours, but spontaneous fun happens and I roll with it because my family's first and that's just how it works. But having said that, now it's time to work. I'd much rather be out watching TV with my husband. However, I have a deadline for myself, and I suggest you having deadlines for yourself if you're going to be in business for yourself. So I am back in the bedroom filming this while they're out there working and having fun, and then we're going to go to church together tonight, and I'm going to come home and make sure I'm in bed on time so I can get up and do it all over again tomorrow. It looks very glamorous from the outside. I love what I do. I would never trade it, but I try to be very realistic with new people who are coming into this space. It is not always as fun and exciting as it looks on social media. There's a lot of work on the back end if you want to do it successful, long term, and maximizing the amount of money that you're getting from it.
So next week when you come back, we're going to talk about email marketing and the daily and weekly task list when it comes to that. And then also, if you're someone like me and you're consistent with the email marketing, but you want to make sure you're also growing on social media, I'm going to show you what I do every single week to make sure that I am touching base with both. Now, I don't do those social media tasks every single day. I don't have time to do that and keep up with the videos I'm putting out and the blog posts and the freebies that I'm making. But I do have time to do it on a smaller scale, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So I hope y'all like this training. So if you have any questions on this, go ahead and head onto the Facebook group, the BossMom Club. There's a post that I put up this morning, literally just titled Q&A from DMO Part 2 video. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment underneath them, and I'm going to make sure that I answer all of them. If it's a question that needs a video response, I'll happily do that for you. If it's a question that needs a little bit of an extra tutorial, done. If it's something that needs one-on-one, me to message you and help you with something specific, absolutely. And it might be something super simple that you're like, oh, I don't want to ask this, it sounds dumb. I guarantee if you have the question, other people also have the question. Ask, and it might be something I can answer in a 2 or 3 sentence. Just type it out in the comments. So whatever the question is, go ahead and head over there and ask it. If you don't have a question, but you would like to leave a kind word or something you learned from this video, I would absolutely appreciate that as well. So hope you all have an awesome rest of your week, and I will see you next Tuesday for the email marketing portion, which is video number 3 in this. So we have DMO number 1, which is email and social media marketing, figuring out which one to use for your business. DMO number 2 is going to be this one, which is showing you exactly what to do on social media. DMO number 3 is going to show you exactly what you're going to do if you're building an email list. Ciao.